Hello and behold with another fantastic flabbergasted video of Mars. So today we are planning to bring Earth on Mars and see what happens to it. So I'm going to try to do that. Last time we tried Mars coming close to Earth. This time Earth is in own axis. I'm going to launch a planet that's Earth and see what happens to it. So I'm opening up my simulator. Collide is on, fragments is on, modify gravity. I'm going to this. I'm gonna go there and add. So I'm gonna add Earth into the orbit of Mars, and you see Earth is pretty huge. So I wanna know what happens if Earth comes and it's Mars. So I'm gonna leave it right there, which is close as it can ever get. Now Earth will hit Mars, and I wanna know what would happen. Will Mars become big? Will it change its climate since Earth has water in it? It again depends on the impact of it, doesn't it? If Earth impacts Mars as fast as it can, all the water in Earth will get evaporated because of the impact. But in this condition, we're going to make it go slowly, revolve slowly around Mars. So I'm going to speeden up the revolution. There. That is, it's almost close to it, and okay, so I want this to be taken slowly, and I want to see what happens to Mars. That's Mars. You could see it's it's cooled down. Yep, it did cool down. Or did it increase temperature? So it says surface temperature is at 2797. Whoa, Mars became very hot, and now it's colliding with Earth. Earth is hitting Mars, and that is that. Oh my gosh, it's just going through to Mars. Let me show you what happening to Earth. This is Earth currently. It's having an impact that is big as Mars. That's us. So this is what's happening to Earth. It's taken from the dark side, and this is what's happening. Okay, Mars, I want to see its temperature. Mars and its moon, the temperature is 2864, and now it is, whoa, that's a blast. Mars is no longer there. It's become a part of Earth. Now let's see what's happening to Earth. Earth seems to be okay on the left side. On the right, it seemed to have flamed. It's cooking, but Earth is not okay, because at this point of time Earth is increasing temperature because of the impact. It's 13,051 degrees Celsius, and that is our end. We are cooking by now, already cooking and roasted. The water, according to what's going to happen now, is all the water is going to evaporate. Yes, it is indeed. It's not yet showing you, but it would slowly do that. Now this is all the fragment from Mars. It's going to start revolving around Earth, and Earth is not survivable because of the impact. So there you go. It's a second small asteroids hitting it. It's all happening in seconds. If you see, it's seconds and minutes. It's actually minutes. So because of the force, that is how it is in space. So if you want space, you are not from Earth nor on Mars. You're on a different planet. You're just in a spaceship looking at Earth, and that's what it's gonna look like. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Space always made me get amused of what usually happens. So I see one. Can you see these waves? Yep, it's sending out these shock waves, massive, huge shock waves. Every time it impacts, it sends out this huge massive shock waves. Every time a small meteoroid, and these are fragments, so it impacts, it sends out a massive wave. You see it going all over the planet in seconds. That wave would have killed us all. But this is the situation of Earth. Last time both of them caught on fire. This time Mars became very hot because it's smaller to the planet. But the temperature is decreasing because the impact is increased, but Earth is going to be fully covered with what do you call with all of that. Oh, you see, these are still impacting Earth. Small, very tiny small parts of fragments or asteroid from Mars is still going on. Shock waves are still going on, number 1, number 2, number 3. So for example, if I'm here, you should see one of this shock wave from here come to this island. I have no idea what that island is. Well, thank God it's a slow impact. If you see, this part of Earth is already evaporated. There's no water, it's all gone. Well, this would be soon as well. This would be dark too. All the water would have been gone. But Earth has its atmosphere, which can bring back things. There you go. Boom. All the water's gone in seconds. Evaporated because of the impact. But the good thing about Earth is it can bring back water because of its temperature, because of what it has. We'll see if that's gonna happen, but it may not happen because Earth is currently in the axis of Mars. It may go cool. So in my last video I explained what we tried and see what happened to Earth. Earth became cold as ice. It was frozen. But now we have Mars. Because of Mars we have mass. Earth's become, don't get confused here. Mars and mass. Ooh, this is lava. The biggest mountain most probably. Well, I see we're still having impacts. That's a small crater right there, or a fragment that hit Earth. This is the condition of Earth. Since Earth is bigger, Mars is gone. You can see all the water or the atmosphere going up. Let me show you how it looks like from millions of miles away. It looks like that. Oh. There you go. Where's the Milky Way? There you go. So you come to know when the planets collide, you would know that something's up. It's an entire planet that went ba-boom. Not just a small planet. It was a big, huge planet, and the things in air. It will take years for it to cool down. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What has all evaporated. But we have the power of the simulator. So this is what happened to Earth when it collides to Mars. It's gone red. But the question still lies, will it recover? Will it recover from what happened? Well, want to know what would happen next in a few years. At this condition, this would stay for a few months, few years. But you see the temperature is decreasing by the second because it's away from the sun. By this time, if you've seen my other videos, you would know the Goldilocks zone. I'm going to just turn that on. You turn on the Goldilocks zone. It's in the green zone, and that's us in the green zone. But will the Earth freeze? Will the Earth freeze? Whoa. So this might take some time. There's still small fragments, lots of fragments in there. There you see there's a bunch of fragments there. There's a bunch of fragments here. It's all gonna go and hit Earth, or whatever we call this. Let's rename this. Let's rename this to Marath. Earth-Mar. Marath sounds good. Together it becomes Marath. There you go. So all these are fragments, tiny particles. If I go close, it's not so clear, but the small ones, because it's stone. Even a stone can destroy Earth, depending on the force it's coming in. Maybe can try a video and some other time. We'll send a small tiny golf ball in the speed of light. We'll see what happens to Earth. Okay, so now I'm going to fast forward it, see what happens. I'm going to fast forward it to days, months, because months is when it changes. Earth is going to stay like that for a few months and years. You see all these fragments eventually will end up on Earth because of the pressure or the gravitation from Earth. I can see Earth cooling down on one side, temperature is decreasing. Well, this is still hot. You can see the days go by. When it's the whole Earth is covered now because of the fragmentation. The whole Earth is gone. It's the full fire spread all over Earth. Yep, it's a ball of fire. But if you see here, its temperature is still decreasing. It's decreasing and decreasing. You'll see. I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. I knew that was going to come that way. It's decreasing. It's one way, one place has become ice because still impact. It's cooled down, it's increasing, the temperature's gone, there's still no water to be seen. We're fast forwarding it. Okay, I just saw a little bit of water. Its ice cube is gone minus 55 degrees Celsius. In just a year, in a few months. And I can't believe it. But you can still say the impacts and the shape of Earth changed. It's more bigger than what it is. It's next to Mars. Most probably all the moons of Mars are rotating it by now. It still freezes. I'm gonna fast forward it for a few more years. We'll see what happens to Earth. Will it bring back life? Will it have water in it? You can see the years passing by there. I'm going to change this to G years, which is more faster than years. We'll give it a few years. Indeed, we have to give it a few years. Let's go. So at this point of time, there's lots of things changing. There could be another planet with life. There could lots of planets destroying, lots of planets creating. It's 2025, 2026. We're gonna give it some time and we'll be back. I hope Earth gives in some light. Oh, let's look at the axis too. I think the axis is going around. So if you see Earth, the new planet, in other words, is still revolving around the sun. It's in the gravitation because of the impact of Earth, or it's because of the impact of Earth into Mars. Well, this is a real simulator. This is what happens. All calculated with math. This is how it normally happens. Let's go. We'll go far away like how I normally do in every episode and look at the Milky Way. So a small dot. All the fragments. Last time you guys seen all the fragments coming. See, decreasing and increasing temperatures, decreasing and decreasing. This would be the velocity of the Mars. It's decreasing and increasing. It's because of what do you say? It's because of where it's placed. And let's go back after a few years. It's 2038 now. That's us. There's land. The temperature is minus 50 degrees. I'm going to go and stop the... It's 2040, 20 years. Should we give it... We give it some... lots of years to it. 2043, so look at that speed. It's just gonna go round and round. It's cooling down. It's cooled down by now. It's 54 degree temperature. But I just want to see if is there still a possibility of life, because it has water. At this point of time, if any microorganisms or things survived because of the impact, it would live under the ice. That's the only way it could live. Just like Mars's moon, there's another. Earth would have moons too, but of Mars, or it would have taken some moons of Mars too. So we haven't seen that yet. So everything that's related to Earth, even the moon, and everything related, all matters. So here we are in 2050. It's completely frozen. There is still impact craters, and if we are at Earth right now, from our Earth, it's looking like moon, isn't it? Like, ooh, it looks like a big silver something. There's one land here. Well, if I knew which land it is, we might have survived on this land, because at 52 degrees Celsius we'll still have chances of surviving. Ah, look at this. Look what happened to India. It's the Middle East, and this is China then. What happened to New Zealand? Can you see New Zealand? This is Australia. This was Sri Lanka. I don't see Sri Lanka anymore, is there? Yep, there's Sri Lanka. Sure, it's together now with Earth. I mean, with India. Most probably Australia and New Zealand is together too, because it went to the dark side. Let's go forward a little bit. Let's see what other countries. I have no idea. These are more new countries and planets of Marat. Wow, this part of the land survived. Well, that's good. Well, is that Africa? Am I looking at Earth in another direction? Well, so now we know what happens to Mars. It'll freeze. It won't rotate like what happened last time. Earth will be bigger, it'll combine, and there will be no particles left. Mars will still continue and go ahead. But guys, that's it for today's another thought. I shall be back with more. Just need some good thoughts. As I told you last time, I'm gonna put in Jupiter in the place of Earth, and we'll see what happens to it. As always, I'm gonna send our best planet, that is our best solar system, into the Milky Way. Where's the Milky Way? Come on, Milky Way. There we are. So, good luck finding it. There we are. Milky Way, away and beyond. Alright guys, thank you for joining me again in this fabulous series. There's more to come. Enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave out a comment. Cheers.